Everyone, today I'm going to show you how to use this stretch layer. The whole point of this stretch layer is to get away from having to blend so many sizes. And I got this idea from scrolling or the TV or whatever, but it was a person wearing a bodycon dress and then another person in a totally different size wearing the same bodycon dress, same size. And I thought to myself, why can't we do that? So this was what I came up with, the stretch layer. Because we're using stretch fabric, we know if we use the right stretch fabric that has at least 50% stretch, that it's going to stretch to a bigger size. So that's the stretch layer. The stretch layer is showing us how far this fabric is going to stretch. And by knowing that, we can decide if we actually need to blend sizes or if the fabric is going to stretch enough that we don't have to. And that's the goal, is to blend fewer sizes and get a great result. So I'm showing you right here the tail end. My model here measures between 4 sizes, but using the stretch layer, I am able to sew my model a straight M2C, a medium 2. So without further ado, let me show you how I did this. So we're over here at our fitting worksheet. This is included in your instruction. These are my model's measurements, and I've come over and I'm looking, and this is what she is falling into. She's got medium 2, medium 3. She's between a medium 3 and a medium 4 for her waist, and she's between a medium 4 and a large 0 for her hips. This is a huge jump between the medium 2 and the large 0. And when you start making jumps like this, you start getting like a bulgy fabric at the side. If you've ever made a huge jump like this before, there tends to be something going on, like there's too much of a curve now in the side, and you get this extra fabric. And that's what we were experiencing when we first started work on this dress. So the stretch layer came in and it has solved this problem. Okay, so these are the sizes that she falls into. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of her measurements and I'm going to divide them by 4. Bam, there they are in green and divided by 4. And then we go back to our pattern. You're gonna look at the projector file. Even if you don't have a projector, look at the projector file. Open it in Adobe Reader or Adobe Acrobat for desktop and turn the stretch layer on. So we're gonna start at the smallest size that she fell into, which was a medium 2. And I'm gonna go over to my layers panel and I'm gonna turn the stretch layer on for medium 2. So it's on right now. That's what it looks like when it's off. And all I'm going to do is see where those 4 measurements fall into. Remember, upper bust was, I believe, 13.3, and her chest 14.4. So here's 14.5. That's close. 13.3. That's 13 3/8. For her waist, we had 14. Here we go. That's 14 right there. And for hip, where were we at with the hip? That was 16.3. So 16.63. So 16.6 is about 5/8. So it falls around over here. And as you can see, all of her measurements for medium size too fall in this gray area. That means if I cut this pattern piece out, let me show you what it looks like. If all I did was cut this pattern piece out and I used the right fabric, the fabric with 50% stretch, that this dress will stretch to fit all of her measurements, and it won't be too tight. It's going to be tight as a bodycon dress. It's supposed to be tight, but it's not going to be so tight that it's not going to be able to stretch. Now, if you're worried because you're close to this, like for our hip measurement, we're pretty close to the maximum stretch. And if you're like, you can blend this out. But remember, our model fell in between the medium 4 and the large 0. And if we were to blend out to that size, we're gonna experience a weird bump on the side seam. If you want a little more room, don't bump up more sizes than you need to. If we turn the stretch layer on for the medium 3, the M3, look at that. Plenty of extra space. So if you need to blend, start by just bumping up to the next size and see. So if we wanted to blend, we could just blend between the medium 2 and the medium 3, and our model is going to fit it fine. We're not going to have to do huge jumps, and all we had to do was take our body measurements, divide them by 4, open our projector file, and then find where our measurements fall on this handy ruler. And that is it. Anyways, I hope you found this video useful, and give it a try. Let me know how you like it.